All right, here we go. Finals. The 28th annual Walsh Ironman. TJ Downing, John Lowery here inside of Walsh Jesuit High School. Happy to be rolling alongside you guys. Appreciate everybody rocking us on YouTube, on our Stark Media Team YouTube channel this afternoon.
We got the 126 action, so correction on what I said earlier. So if we're going for first place, we got Mark Anthony, Blair Academy versus Ben Divino, St. Charles East. Same teams there. And then fourth place, in front of us, we got the Legacy Christian Academy, Dylan Campbell with Max Gallagher, Bay Point, Blue Point. Then down there for 6th and 7th, Wyoming Seminary versus Mason Gibson.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Rocking the St. Ed's hat, another St. Ed's fan. Seen some St. Ed's legends here today. St. Ed's wrestler by the name of Mark Nose.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Yep. State champion. I believe he was All-American, University of Michigan.
Yep.
And just a lot of familiar faces. Again, like Jim was talking about earlier, it's a great community, like a fraternity here at the Wrestling Network. If you haven't yet, please share the link for Stark County Media on your social or text it to one of your friends. Tell them to join in on the action.
Just trying to get a little signal in here, man. It gets a little spotty.
Yeah, it's like a massive bandwidth outage with everybody on their phones.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We've been lucky this afternoon to be rolling alongside our friends at Wrestle One Tournaments, getting us hooked up, plugged in through their hub. Looks like no service here on most of the cell phones.
Yeah, I'm getting the buffering too.
Wow. There we go.
And if you've been to previous Ironmans and you have a good memory, please share it in the comment section. Let us know what happened. Certain wrestler match that you remember, family member, special team or shout out. Go ahead and put that in the comments. We love to hear what your experience was like. And we'll definitely give you a shout out if we see that. So go ahead and let them rip, guys.
I know you got a special shout out. You've been looking to get off your chest here this afternoon.
That's right. Yep. And got a special shout out there, like TJ mentioned. I think last time I was actually here at the tournament. Good friend, coach, mentor of mine. He went by the name around here at Walsh Jesuit as Moose Massaro. He was working the table and holding my son, John Paul, at the time, while gave me a chance to go around and kind of mingle and socialize with friends. And, rest in peace to Moose Massaro. Shout out to the Massaro family, his wife and his daughter, Leah Massaro. Great people, lots of clocked in hours here with wrestling, football, soccer, you name it. I think everybody in the Walsh community could, get around that family, all that. That very, very influential, helpful here at Walsh Jesuit. So, again, shout out to the Massaro family. And as you noticed, the crowd has picked up quite a bit even since the semifinals.
Thunderdome will be coming back here shortly.
The Thunderdome has delivered as promised. Such a great venue for an event like this. They got the domed up ceiling in here for the acoustics. And we are live.
Yes, sir. Great crowd here. Great day. Again, thank you to Wrestle One Tournaments Chris Kali and his group, all that they've done getting this thing set up, all that they've done over the last 2 days, yesterday, getting this thing fired up, all the setup that's involved in this. It's not an easy ordeal.
That's right. They do a great job at it. Very organized event. And Chris mentioned earlier, if you are interested in using them for one of your tournaments or events, to reach out to them on their website and social media. We'll get back to you.
All right. Getting settled in here. Got a lot of the fans and spectators that have rolled in here, getting their seats. Had a little pause in the action. Great job, again, by the hospitality room, too, hooking us up, having food, refreshments. How about these officials and the job they've done as well?
Yes, absolutely. That very consistent all day, all tournament. All the calls have been good. You know, I know sometimes the fans don't always agree with that, and they'll let you know.
I'd say there's maybe just one that wasn't agreed upon, but
yep, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what match. That's Stillwater.
Actually, was coming out of the hospitality room, and about shout out to Ironman tournament director Pete Zachary. All that he's done for this deal. Again, a lot of people behind the scenes doing things that may not get mentioned, but contributors, organizers. This deal would not be able to go on without them, especially being in its 28th year. You know, first year of this thing was back in 1994. Great job by Walsh Jesuit High School. You know, we've talked about it throughout the last 2 days. The vision to be able to put this thing together and bring the best of the best from around the country. That aim was achieved.
Absolutely.
Now you got this young man from Blair. He's got a massive bleed going on out of his right nostril. He just took a shot. Well, it's kind of hard to see here as both of these officials are boxing it out, but.
Well, we're not missing much at the moment due to the injury timeout. So,
and again, just to get it right, this is third and fourth place here in front of us.
Correct.
On Rudy's mat. First and second in the middle. Fifth and sixth on the far mat. So the stage is set, and this is actually the young man here. If you can go ahead and look up this name for me here.
Yeah.
Right here from this HF. Now they are out of Illinois. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation or what HF.
HF stands for Homewood Flossmoor. That's Vincent Robinson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He was the one. If you guys go over and check out our Twitter feed, at Stark Media Team, got a chance. Kind of was watching him and his group warm up the other day, and you could just you can see, man. There's an attitude, there's a swag, there's a presence. It's all there. I know he's ready to go, and we're ready to go too. As we've got you dialed in here on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody joining us here. John Lowery, TJ Downing, been here all day for you. We got the finals here now, and we couldn't do it without our great partners, people like C.H. Vallis and Associates, McNeil and Sons Tree Service, our good friend John Lindsay over at Lindsay's Pizza.
A lot of familiar faces. Blessed with greatness again. Adam Kabbalah in the crowd. Glad to see him here today. Join some awesome wrestling. And we got that 2-0 third period countdown. All right.
Boy, and I think
shout out to St. Charles East, man.
That's going to do it. And you're talking about a win over one of those Blair guys. Not an easy thing to do. And you see him, he's right back up on his feet, getting a little bounce going.
He's ready for another one, right?
He's ready for another match.
He's just getting started. right. And if you haven't yet, we're just getting to the second round, so please share the link, Start County Media for the YouTube. And
if you go over and check out our social media sites, go over on Facebook, go over on Twitter. Got those all up there for you. We got some team scores that have come through here. You know that it was going to be Blair Academy pretty much all the way. It is. They are in the one spot here, 186.5 points. Number 2, Stillwater, 129.5 points, and just 4 points behind them is Wyoming Seminary. And in the 4 slot, so that was really the only jockeying that we had from earlier this afternoon.
Right.
You had St. Ed's, which was at the 5 spot, and Malvern Prep was in the 4.
That's about
They've
it.
switched. So St. Ed's is at the 4 spot and Malvern Prep at 5. They are separated by just half a point. Bishop LaCourte, all that we've seen out of them this afternoon, they actually have dropped. They were at number 7. They're now at number 9.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
They got 2 in the finals also. That's a interesting location. They're in Johnstown, PA, home of Pitt Johnstown college wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
Studs. Yeah, that's they're. I don't know if they're NAI or Division II. If you're listening in and you know, let us know in the comments. But anybody knows anything about UPJ Johnstown, man? That's a tough program.
Yeah, we used to, my family's from out there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so we used to make those long trips from Philly, PA, out here to Ohio.
Yeah.
And you got to go across the turnpike. And anybody that knows anything about the turnpike across Pennsylvania, it can be a long and miserable stretch.
Woo.
But right about the halfway point on the turnpike is Johnstown, and stop there. You got the outlets. Just a quiet little sleepy town, and it's a good spot to pull off and rest for a bit, regroup, and make that final trek.
Get some good pizza there. Sally's Pizzeria. Shout out to Sally's. One slice. Everybody knows the rules.
One slice is all it takes. Tell you what, that was pretty good pizza in the hospitality room. Not going to lie.
Walsh Jesuit treated us good today. Great venue. Great hospitality room. And shout out to all the table workers doing such a great job, keeping scores, keeping up with the officials, and all the volunteers that made this thing happen, which was well organized by Wrestle One Tournaments, KLI family. Thank you.
So as we start digging our heels in for these finals, we'll keep you up to date as who's coming on and off. You're heading in here on mat 1 to period 2, scoreless. That's Mount Carmel. He'll be on top. On the bottom,
That's Sergio Lemley from Mount Carmel.
Okay.
And then that's Stillwater, Oklahoma, Cal Hughes. And here on the Rudis mat, we got Vincent Robinson from Homewood Flossmoor, we were talking about earlier. And then Van Fugit from Nixa. And down that far mat, you got to see Matthew Botello.
Oh boy, look for a
seminary.
Might have a pin here.
Studio from Malvern Prep.
In the final, might have a pin.
Whoa.
Oh, he's able to get out of it.
Unbelievable.
Still, though, that's going to give a 5-0 advantage.
Big advantage.
It's a 5-0 advantage to Stillwater. Buck 13 remaining in the second period. Call it 5-1 now for an escape.
Wow. You know what? That I didn't check yet, but depending on how Stillwater's finalists turn out, could, and Blair's may impact that team score a little bit. I don't know if they can catch them, but
well, I'll tell you what, you're
close the gap maybe a little bit.
Doing the math here. That's
that's a stretch, huh?
That's all of
it's all Blair.
57 points, 58 points they would need to overtake them. So, yeah, you're right, man. That could be a stretch.
That's the stretch. And that's why I always looked over at TJ's math test back in middle school.
Exactly. Yeah,
he still got it. That was actually a test.
those were difficult times back then. We were always looking for somebody to assist us on those pop quizzes.
There's that crowd, man.
All right, we're going to head to the third period and the 132 final. Still 5-1 advantage, Stillwater.
Third and fourth, we got that 3-0 lead from Vincent Robinson from Homewood Flossmoor. Oh, I'm sorry, no, he's behind on 3 in the green. Third period, minute 26 left for that.
Yeah, you can kind of tell, you can kind of feel here inside of, again, what you've been calling, what we've both been calling here Thunderdome, that once you get that certain match, the right match that starts to get to that point, that the lid could blow off of this thing at any moment.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what really makes this thing exciting. We got a chance to see that a lot earlier.
Still,
I wouldn't doubt here within at least the first 10 minutes of these finals that we'll get another situation or scenario like that.
the Coliseum effect.
Yes, sir.
That crowd will let you know.
All right, so Mount Carmel able to snag another point there in the 132 final. With $1:18 remaining in the third period, it's 5-2.
And just coming down to the final 20 seconds here for third place. We got an injury.
That's the young man we were talking about from Homewood Flossie.
Yep. He's behind at the moment by 3 points. So he needs a 5-pointer here if he wants to get back in it. It's doable. We've seen it earlier, TJ.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that was when this thing really got exciting. And I mean, all of that was done within the final 5 seconds of the match.
So
we saw one that came out. It was the final second that thing got switched around.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on any of these scores until
never know
that clock finally ticks out. Some buzzer beaters, man. Buzzer beaters.
That's why you play the game, right? You got until those 000s hit. Anybody's match. But with 4 seconds remaining here in the third period, looks like Stillwater, they're going to go ahead and take this. So there you go. Your 132 champ.
Wow.
Stillwater. There you go.
Look at that energy.
Get excited, young man.
What a crowd. They got a, fan base here all the way from Oklahoma.
Yeah, tell you what, man. People have journeyed long and far to get here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get another stoppage here with 2 seconds remaining in the third period.
Hey, and shout out to local wrestler Jackson Joy from Wadsworth, winning 4-2 over Matthew Lopez from Blair Academy for 7th place match earlier down in the field house.
Okay.
So just wanted to share that result. I just saw that. Yeah.
Nice. Want to welcome in our guy listening to us here on the YouTube channel, Stark Media's own Jason Atkins. All right, buddy. Appreciate all that you did yesterday over here, getting us
132.
Getting us in the mix, getting us in the know with what was going on down in the pit. So we got things rolling here yesterday about 10 o'clock in the morning for the opening of this 28th Walsh Ironman. Right now, we are going to move to the 138 final. And let's see if we can't get a name on that.
That's we got here? Brandon Cannon of Ponderosa. We talked about that one earlier versus Cannon Webster of Washington Community. So that Ponderosa kid had a great semifinal match earlier today.
Oh, he sure did.
So he's electric out there. So pay attention. That middle mat.
It's electric. It is electric. Tell you what, it also helps with the buzz around here. Another deal we've kind of been talking about all afternoon. That you've got all of these college coaches, scouts, recruiters, whatever you want to call it. I think we've seen almost every Big Ten school represented here.
Correct.
Other than maybe Ohio State. I think that was the only one we haven't seen. We got a little bit of a Central Ohio feel here on the 3rd and 4th place match on mat number 1, the Rudy's mat. We've got a Dublin Kaufman Rock.
He's up against Bethlehem Catholic Colin Raff. This is, again, 138-pound weight class, if you're just tuning in. And it's the finals here on all 3 mats at the Ironman, 1st and 2nd in the middle on that maroon mat. 3rd and 4th here on this Rudis mat in front of you. And then on the very far end of the gymnasium, that right is for 5th and 6th place.
So we kind of work a little camera action for you guys out there watching us on our Start Media YouTube channel. See these guys jockeying for position right in front of us. They're going to say out. They'll get that thing reloaded. Going to have a 2-0 advantage for Bethlehem. 12 seconds remaining in the first period. Same score down on the other end or in the middle for the final. That is a 2-0 advantage with 44 seconds remaining in the first period for the Ponderosa. Thank you.
All right, thank you very
another
much.
One of the,
we got
another one of the great Ironman volunteers.
Yeah.
So many of them here at the school, kind of coming around, keeping everybody hydrated. It gets steamy here in the gym. Quick.
I'll tell you, man, yeah, that was good looking out. They hit the spot. Getting bottle service while broadcasting. Only at Walsh Jesuit. Yeah. Men and women for others. For
Rolling
sure.
out the red carpet for the Start Media team. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Walsh Jesuit volunteer staff here today again.
Yeah, great job. This is, when you think about places that could actually host something like this, there's not many that come to mind. I mean, to have the space to accommodate it, you think about, gosh, I don't even know. I feel like I would be misquoting it, but when you think of starting yesterday morning at 9, 10 o'clock as people were coming in through the door, how much foot traffic has actually come through here? I mean, you're talking 10,000 plus. Easy,
yeah. Well, and then here's the thing. I think, today by that second session, you had like a whole new batch of people that were coming through those doors. So, and one thing we didn't see because we were up here in the Dome most of the day was down the field house. That was packed. Yeah. Standing room only. So
now down there they were going for 7th, 8th place.
Correct. That was like the consolation finals basically for that 7th and 8th place group. And then for this weight class, actually, I got that info for 7th placer was Spencer Barnhart, Malvern Prep, and 8th, Vincent Ruzakis of Notre Dame. So congrats to both of those wrestlers at 138. Top 8 finish at the Ironman. Something to definitely brag about, tell stories about.
Something to write home mom about, right?
That's what I was looking for. I was fishing for that.
Now you competed in this.
I did, yeah.
What was your best finish?
I forfeited. I lost in the semis. I got hurt the one year, and I forfeited down to 6th place. So, you know what? No, I take that back. I got 4th at 189.
Okay.
But I only weighed 160, and that was because I couldn't make the lineup.
Okay.
Walsh was that studly of a team.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to bump up.
You guys were deep, man.
Yeah, I took one for the team. Let's just say that. But I really didn't expect much of a performance out of myself at something like this, and upper weight class. But
if you want to know just how good that team was, you look across the rafters over there, and you see your banner hanging. regional or sectional, district champs, state champs, 2000. Same year, you guys had a pretty good girls soccer team, state champs, national champions.
That's right. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. We had a lot of talent. At the time, I don't think we understood or realized what we were all about. But looking back on it now, it's really cool to see, all those accomplishments there, fellow student athletes, and just glad to be a part of a program like that. Going into it, never thought that would happen. So
No.
yeah, always.
Don't. And then you look at all the other banners hanging around here. You talked about the only football one. It's looking for man. I'll tell you what. Most schools' football is right out in the forefront, right? They got you guys back in the corner over there.
I see that. Yeah.
The only football state championship ever.
That's right. What a great, lucky to be part of a good group of guys on that. Again, didn't, going into it, had no clue. Didn't know that was going to be the end result, but glad it was. So shout out to that team, state championship football team. We were first time Walsh Jesuit had done that, and the last time, hopefully they'll get one again here in the future, though. They've been coming up in the ranks, so got big expectations for them.
I'm drawing a blank here. The head coach now of the football team here at Walsh. I ran into him. Walsh Jesuit was playing Louisville, I believe, last spring in the baseball tournament. And I had a chance to talk to him. Was talking to him about Pat O'Neill and some of the other guys that I knew from around here. And I asked him about the football team, and he had a lot of positive things to say. Had a great year this year. Beat some teams maybe they haven't beaten recently. But as we look here in the middle, Matt, your 138 final, minute remaining here in the third. 5-4 lead now.
Anything
for the wrestler. Now Ponderosa had been up 4-3, and the young man in the black and orange,
Washington Community, Cannon Webster.
Yeah, he
came back.
He's just now taking a 5-4 lead. 40 seconds remain in the third, so we'll see if he can hang on.
Super hang on, man. That was a great game.
There you go. We're gonna get you a little look at that there. We'll continue to work this camera for you guys back and forth here, and we hone in on all the action here as we go through these finals.
All right, down to the final 20 seconds there with Webster in the lead. He is in the black singlet. And it looks like we got an injury timeout.
For the most part, it didn't really feel like we had a ton of injury timeouts today.
No,
I think one match, which featured, it was one of the
semifinals,
one of the big boys.
Yeah,
and it was the young man from Blair, and I think they stopped that 3 times throughout that match. Couldn't get that nosebleed to stop.
Hit a really bad bleed.
And you can just imagine, when you get that first grapple effect, you get a head slap, and you just see that. It looks like just a wadded up piece of tissue paper just come flying right out again. And
it's tough, yeah.
You open that thing back up.
Yeah, these kids are toughness to the next level, super brave to come back out like that and continue on. So, crowd doesn't like, they don't like that the ref didn't call a stall. So if you notice the coach on that, he was like locking his hands together towards the referee for the official to see him. He was trying to indicate to him he thought that should be a stall call. But obviously the official didn't agree. So congrats to our champion over there at 138. Now on to the 144 finals. And we got Waynesburg Central going for first. That's Mac Church and Sam Cartella of Western Reserve Academy.
And we've seen quite a few of those Waynesburg Central wrestlers come through here this afternoon that have had their impact for their team. We look at where they were sitting,
In that team race.
2022 coming into these finals. So you think about, I guess somebody may ask, how many teams did enter into this?
I believe there was like 133 teams, TJ.
118 looks
118,
like.
okay.
So
Well, that's how many hit the scoreboard.
kind of pick out a couple locals here for you that might ring a bell for our fans from around Stark County, Summit County, Northeast Ohio in general. You look down here. We talked about St. Ed's sitting at the 4 spot. And you look down a little further. Brecksville comes in at 13. 19 is Wadsworth. Perry Panthers sitting at 24. You go down deeper past the 30, just kind of rattling one off here that will be a household name for wrestling fans alike. St. Paris Graham is at 31. They haven't made a ton of noise.
That's a
Archbishop Moeller, they're sitting down at 56. Let's talk about Melissa real quick. Melissa, Texas, they're sitting at 47, but really it's just kind of been
one-man band,
a one-man band with Ferrari.
Yep. And in front of us,
one-man Ferrari.
We got Brecksville Brock Herman going for 3rd place, and he has the early lead in the 2nd period, 2-0. Very nice takedown, as you've seen earlier, against his opponent from Greenville, Colin Duper. Been a very good match. These guys are working hard out there.
Let's look down even a little bit further here. Got a team like some Central Ohio guys. How about one that we just called, Olentangy Liberty? They're sitting at 34 with 34 points.
No kidding. 34-34, huh?
Isn't it ironic? Let's go down a little bit further. Copley's at 61.
Okay.
Bishop Hartley and Scioto, Dublin Scioto, come in at 67 and 69, respectively. Your alma mater, Walsh Jesuit, sitting at 70. Elyria comes in at 74. The Centerville Elks are at 80. Tied with them at the 80th position are the Glen Oak Golden Eagles.
All right.
Talked about Brandon Batson.
Batson, yeah.
Who's coming off the Solon Comet Classic. He won the Solon Comet Classic and was named Most Valuable Wrestler. Even going down further here, CVCA, who we had their coach on yesterday, talking with him.
Nathan, was it Thomas Sullivan?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Haven't heard a whole lot from CVCA, so they come in at the 88 spot.
Gotcha.
Louisville is going to hit 94.
Okay.
And really rounding it out. Tell you what, kind of surprising me here, partner. St. Vincent St. Mary at 114.
Woo.
Only scored 2 points in this deal.
It is surprising. Yeah, they usually get a pretty tough squad. They got great coaches available, so better luck next week. Move on from that. Shout out to Dan Rooney, though, as a coach. Hurley Brothers, of course. People in the rest of the community know.
Yep, no doubt, man. I'll tell you what, I spent a good bit of time with Mike and Ryan Hurley as I was growing up. It's funny. They tried to get me to transfer up here to Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. And I think, that was right after you had made a push to try and get me to transfer up here to Walsh Jesuit, as we were both in the Glen Oak School District at the same time over at Taft Middle School. And
that's right.
You and our fellow classmate Bobby Lynch had transferred up here. And
shout out to Bobby Lynch, by the way. He's living out west, coaching football.
No way.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Bobby Lynch was just a phenomenal athlete, wrestler,
everything.
running back, linebacker, just tough dude.
Super blessed. Yeah. Blessed by the gods.
And so continuing on from there, roughly around going into my junior year, recruiting started picking up for me in football, and I became close friends with Mike and Ryan Hurley and was kind of brought in around their family. And so they were making a push to get me to transfer up to St. Vincent St. Mary. Well, they were classmates with somebody who's I guess maybe considered the richest athlete in the world, and LeBron James. And
Heard of him.
they brought me up for a school visit. Um, I'm going to mess this up here, but I believe it was it Jim Myers or was it Dan Boardman? Who's coaching their football at St. Vincent St. Mary?
I think you hit the
Myers.
Myers.
Jim Myers.
Yeah.
Yep. So they take me down in there and got a chance to meet with him. We were walking around the hallways, and the basketball team that evening was getting ready to play a regional final with Newton Falls. Now, that basketball team featured Maverick Carter, Sam Abali, Chad Perez. Oh
Is he
boy.
okay?
That
elbow
didn't feel
was
good, man.
Bent the other direction. That's not supposed to bend.
Waynesburg Central. Young man is not feeling good. And that team would also feature a young freshman phenom who we now know as the chosen one, a.k.a. the King, a.k.a. Bron. So my first experience meeting with Bron, they take me in there to the lunchroom. He's just a freshman at the time and rolling alongside Mike and Ryan Hurley. Mike was kind of my guide for the day. Mike and I are the same age. Ryan is a year younger than us. And so Mike takes me in there, and LeBron's sitting there at the lunch table, not really talking to anyone, kind of sitting by himself, quiet. And he's got his hands he was doing something. Couldn't tell what he was doing, right?
Yeah.
And Mike brings me over to him, says, "Hey, Bron, I want to introduce you to our good buddy TJ. You know, we want to get him to come up here and play football and block for you because for most that don't know, LeBron was a first-team All-Ohio wide receiver.
That's right.
And I believe that team may have made it to either the state semis or the state championship game. I know that St. V didn't win it, but they had a pretty nice run at it. And, you know, it's a little sidebar, pretty crazy to think that the athlete that LeBron James has turned out to be, he could have probably easily made it to the NFL and been a Randy Moss type receiver.
Bro,
don't think that guy probably wouldn't have had a Hall of Fame career in the NFL as well.
That dude would have been an MMA superstar. Even.
No doubt. I mean, he could have, anything he would have done, he would have been great at. So, sitting there, they introduced me. Hey, Bron, you know, this is TJ. I want to introduce you. I want to bring him up here and play football for us. And couldn't tell what he was doing. He goes to shake my hand.
Yeah.
His hands were so big as a freshman. He had a Game Boy that he was playing.
Oh, that's
and you couldn't even tell.
Concealing it, probably. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
You couldn't see the Game Boy. His hands were so big.
Dang.
I'm thinking, damn. And, you know, obviously, he reaches over to shake my hand.
You got a big hand.
And I got a big mitt, right?
Yeah.
And he engulfed mine. Jeez. And he's just a freshman, right? So fast forward about hour and a half, 2 hours later. Give you a little update here on the 144 match. 1-1 with 14 seconds remaining in the third period.
And we got a scramble, if I've ever seen one. Our Waynesburg guy, Mac Church.
1 second remaining. We're going to go to extra. So we're going to throw a minute on.
Western Reserve Academy.
So it didn't take long, man. I think Thunderdome's getting ready to light up here. When you get into the extra bonus round.
Bonus round means
that's when that means activate Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So about 2 hours later, they had the pep rally for the St. V Newton Falls regional championship game. And so kind of they had Mike Hurley come out there and he does like this rendition of like NSYNC, the boy band thing. He's dancing out there, getting all his classmates going crazy. Then they introduce the basketball team. They come out one by one. Here comes Maverick Carter. You know, here comes Sam Abali. Here comes all the boys doing their thing, and they wait for you save the best for last, right? Here comes LeBron as a freshman.
Yeah.
And he comes streaking across the floor, and he launches the ball from the three-point line off the glass and leaves from the foul line and catches it and dunks it.
Oh, that's sick.
As a freshman. I'm thinking, I'm sitting here in the front row watching this thing, and I'm thinking, this guy's going to be special. Now, fast forward even further, about 20 some years later, I'm sitting in Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse,
Okay.
watching LeBron surpass Michael Jordan for most postseason points all time. And the first thing that I could think of, John, was that moment where I sat there and I watched him as a freshman throw that thing off the backboard and slam dunk it. So I'm thinking, at that moment, I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's going to be great because this is a phenomenal thing to be able to do as a freshman. But not in my wildest dreams am I thinking this dude's going to pass Michael Jordan for all-time postseason points. So it was, it's remarkable to think what he's done throughout his career. So again, shout out to LeBron and what he's done. I know there's some, not everybody's going to like you out there, and we appreciate everybody that likes us here at Stark Media, all of our friends that are tuning into us, listening to us. We see you lining up on here on our Stark Media YouTube channel. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. We appreciate you. Subscribe, like, follow, share, help us grow, helps us out, allows us to do more things. And they are there in the fourth period. You can see, man, Thunderdome getting excited. They're not happy.
They wanted that stall.
3 seconds remaining in this overtime period. 1-1 match in the 144 final.
So there it is. So now since it's stalling warning, so there's no point awarded yet.
Okay, so you got 3 seconds left. Yeah. So if this guy escapes out of this here within 0 seconds.
So now we go to
bonus.
30
seconds go on to the clock. So, not everybody's going to like you. But, and I know not everybody around this area likes LeBron. There's a lot of people that love him. Let me tell you, man, guys put a lot of money into the community.
Yeah, he
helping kids. That's what it's all about. You make it, you give it back, you pay it forward. A guy by the name of Woody Hayes said that. Try and live it. And these guys are battling over here. 16 seconds, 15 remain.
They got to finish it out. 12 seconds.
2-1 lead for Waynesburg Central. 4 seconds remain. 3, 2, 1. There you go.
All right.
Celebrate, young man. Slam it down.
Yeah. Mac Church of Waynesburg, the champ. Man, how cool it'd be if they gave us kids like an actual championship belt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Walk out here with the strap, holding it up. So we've, since we're here at the Ironman, the 28th annual Walsh Ironman, not only have we talked wrestling because that's what's going on here this weekend, we've had a chance to talk basketball. We've had a chance to talk football.
Swimming.
I think we talked swimming and diving. We've talked ice skating.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, man, full gamut here.
Stark County Media.
Try and multitask with the best of them. Oh. All right, here we go. We get another Blair competitor. Now this would be is this the second Blair competitor we've seen here now in the final? We saw the first one.
Let me triple check you on that. So for first place, this is, let me see. I believe you're correct.
Yep, there you go.
Yep, Blair Academy. Yeah, so 126 is the weight class they began at, and that was a
Mark Anthony McGowan, but I don't think he won, did he? No, it was St. Charles East.
St. Charles East won it.
Ben Davino. Okay.
Yeah. So this is to get Blair their first champ this year, 2022 at the Ironman.
And who is this young man here?
This is William Henkel, hailing from Blair Academy. And he is up against Mini Sink Valley's PJ Duke, and they are duking it out.
I like that. I'll tell you what, that's why I brought you, man. Great transition. 150 pounders out there on the mats now.
Took me about an hour.
Ooh,
oh, wow.
Look at that.
Got the Duke of Wrestling out there. He is slamming, jamming, propaganding.
Duke of Earl.
Yeah.
So everybody out there rolling alongside us here, make sure, as you're listening, you get done here later this evening, give us a follow on our social medias. Go over to Twitter, check out Stark Media Team, at Stark Media Team. Give us a follow, help us spread the word. Check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, at Stark Media Team. Appreciate everybody helping us grow this thing. We want to continue to make it bigger, better for not only you, but for these student athletes. We aim to shine that light on them for all sports, as we talked about: baseball, softball, track, lacrosse, swimming and diving. What we're doing here now with our wrestling section. Had a chance this past week to catch up with Art Kali over at Northwest. Our segment that we call In the Room with Jim Bostic. Jim Bostic doing a phenomenal job over here. The MC duties, announcing these finals. He's been on the microphone here with us this afternoon. A lot of great stuff coming from Jimmy B, our guy Jason Atkins, Brad Scarborough, Tim Arnold. A lot of great things coming on here. Rick Wright, another one of those guys over there at Northwest, always plugging us in. And shout out real quick here to a young lady over there at Northwest, phenomenal basketball player, Lily Bottomley, scored her 1,000th point today.
Wow,
she's
incredible.
I'm drawing a blank on where she's continuing her basketball career next year, but before then, her and her girls like Ashley Kudnick. Tell you what, they have a phenomenal team over there, coached by Kevin Lower. They're going to try and make their own little push for Columbus. But these wrestlers out here, the ones locally, the ones here from the state of Ohio, which we've seen quite a few of them today, they'll be making that push for, I believe it's March 10th and 11th for the shot down there in Columbus. And what we know now, too, is going to be a phenomenal part of this whole journey this year. First year for the championships, you will have the ladies division. Excited for that. Had a chance when we were over there at Northwest to catch up with Maddie Baggert. Finished 12th in cross-country state championships down there at Fortress Obetz. And she's just a freshman herself. She's looking to make a strong push for the shot, pushing for March. And, the thing that's really stuck out to me, John, is, in a first year of something, you kind of expect, might have 2, 3, 4 people come out. I mean, there's some schools in our area of Stark County and Northeast Ohio that they've got double-digit female wrestlers.
Oh, I believe
that's impressive. Yeah. That quickly,
yep.
that it caught on and caught fire that quick. I think that's great. It's going to be great for the sport.
Glad to see that, yeah.
So go back again on our Stark Media YouTube channel. Check out that video with Art Kali and Jim Bostic in the room, first episode. And Art Kali really shines a light on that, or sheds a light on where I guess women's wrestling first kind of caught fire out on the West Coast. Art came from Eugene, Oregon. Well, before he came back here to take over the Northwest Wrestling program, and he spoke to the fact that wrestling was struggling out on the West Coast. It was struggling, yeah. And the leaders of those wrestling communities, they had to look at each other and they said, well, what can we do to drive the popularity, to pump a little steam back into this thing? And they said there is a section that we have not even thought about tapping into yet. That why do we not have a section for the ladies to come out and wrestle? And they did that, and it took off like wildfire. And they were kind of ahead of the curve. And now the Midwest and the state of Ohio has caught up to that. And I think it will be a phenomenal thing. And you'll see just here again, within this first year of it happening,
yeah,
the growth, it's unlimited and untapped potential, and the opportunity for the ladies to compete is what it's all about.
Well, listen, think of it this way. Since then, there's been 40 plus university programs for women's college wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. And those numbers, just like you said, with the high school ones that are growing, they're same thing. They're having that same experience. So really glad to see that.
And what was the other thing that we talked about earlier here today? What comes with that is scholarship dollars, opportunities to get a free education. And I'll throw this out there for our friends that are listening in right now on the YouTube stream, people that will go back and replay and listen to this. I don't care if your favorite college is the Ohio State Buckeyes. Thankfully, our shameless plug that they found a way to backdoor themselves into the college football playoffs. Now, for those efforts, you can take on the Georgia Bulldogs.
They pulled a Rudy card, man.
I mean, here it is, Rudy.
He came back.
He's another shameless plug for Rudy Rudiger. He's going to make more money off of this now. But I get it. You know, you're in the state of Ohio. It's like, yeah, I love the Buckeyes. You know, that's where I want to go. But you know what? If somebody's going to give you the opportunity to go to college for free, doesn't matter where it is.
Take it.
You take it. I don't care if it's Thiel or Edinburgh or, you know, whether it's Michigan State or, you know, Georgia Tech.
It's expensive.
I don't care. Gonzaga, wherever the heck it might be. Pepperdine, who cares? If you're going to school for free, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
100%. Young man from Stillwater here looks like he got a cut on the inside of his lip.
Oh, it'll sting the worst. Now, if you're in the chat, go ahead and put, if you know a student athlete that you want us to give a shout out to, put them in the chat. We'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, Amy Shannon. It is 150 right now.
Amy
Appreciate
Shannon.
You know, Amy, that's why they don't give offensive linemen microphones, because we just start talking about stuff and scholarships and.
Well, Amy Shannon knows all about that. She was married to an offensive lineman, Brian Shannon, Notre Dame lineman, the 1989 national championship team.
So let me update you here, Amy, and everybody out there listening on our finals mat in the middle. 150-pound, $114 remaining here in the third period, and it is a 6-5 advantage for not Blair, but the other gentleman. Give me that name, John.
That name is PJ Duke, the Duke of Wrestling.
All right, PJ Duke. He's got 54 seconds to outlast and get himself an Ironman championship.
Shout out to...
He's going to get himself a takedown, get himself 2 points. He's up 8-5 now in the 150 match. Look at that. He's going to roll for a pin. He's looking for it. He's fighting it.
He wants it all.
Blair's going to fight out of it.
What a fight. That's that grit, that inner fight in you.
Yep. You know, John, you understand it. I understand it because we've been there before, but until you've been put in a position where you basically feel like you're fighting for your life, you know, it's
fight or flight.
It's a tough position to be in, partner.
It is. Yeah.
You know, and you find out a lot about yourself when you're put in that position.
You learn about the new you. Yeah.
All right. So PJ, congrats, buddy.
150-pound Ironman champion from Mini-Safe Valley.
Well, not so fast,
not so
partner.
fast.
We're gonna get an injury timeout here.
Okay. Well,
leading 8-5. It was. I think we were under 30 seconds to go.
Then I spoke way too soon because we both know anything's possible.
It's Ironman.
Yeah, Ironman, man. And then shout out to Charlie Shannon and his future football career. Hopefully he's representing out there in Sheridan Valley.
I underestimated you here, partner. I didn't. Are these some of your fans listening in?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I like it. You're kind of like family. All right, 3 seconds remain. 8-6. 2 seconds remain. 8-6 for PJ in favor of him in this 150 final. 1 second remains.
Ooh.
You know, and I believe that was kind of a situation earlier, like that, John, with that restart. With there you go. PJ's gonna. Boy, they never started the clock. That was the longest second.
That was a long 1 second.
And you started to hear it coming from the crowd, man. Like, holy smokes. So yeah, PJ Duke. Shout out to him. 150-pound champ. 157 is up next. I believe that was kind of the situation, if we could describe it earlier, where it was a young man from Stillwater, Oklahoma. It was 1-1. They were in the semifinals, and you were under 10 seconds to go in the match, right? And the officials, even when it got under 5 seconds, They had stopped and they got reset at the red tape at the line, right?
Right.
And when they went to restart it, he gets the guy got a penalty
Got a
point.
caution.
He got a caution.
And it was his third caution.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then after that third one, they slap on the 1 point. And
yeah, but I think the consensus was everybody kind of felt that.
Yeah, let the guys decide who wins the match, not the caution call.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, you felt that from the crowd immediately.
No doubt.
Now we're at 157-pound weight class. In the middle mat again is our championship, and we got Ethan versus Ethan. Ethan Styles of Connaught and Ethan Burden of Dublin Kaufman.
And Dublin Kaufman going to shoot out to a 2-0 lead here in the first 35 seconds of the first period.
Wow. Reminds me of a little bit of Dom Demas from Dublin Kaufman. If any wrestling fans from Ohio remember Dom Demas, he was legendary always in these tournaments and even at the NCAA.
Boy, Ethan Burden is he's long and lean, man.
Oh, yeah.
For a 157-pounder.
Jeez, yeah. I wouldn't want to have to wrestle him, that's for sure. That reach and his explosive power.
So tell me, the other young man here, he's out of Connaught.
Yep.
Ethan Styles, he's able to get a point as we're at the 57-second mark in the first period. 2-1 advantage for the Dublin Kaufman Rocks, Ethan Burden.
Then we got the third and fourth place match. Joe Seeley of Wyoming Seminary versus Reed, former Malvern Prep. And it looks like Wyoming Seminary, Joe Seeley got the 1 point lead, 1-0, going hard here in the second period. And we got a stall call on this third place mat. That's the rudest mat that's closest to the camera.
Ethan turned upside down here right now. 10 seconds remain in the first period. 2-1 lead for him.
What a scramble.
That'll bring an end to the first period.
And the crowd wanted points rewarded.
They are going to get them. 2 points. The officials are going to talk about it. Yep. 2 points red. So Ethan Styles takes a 3-2 lead right at the end of the first period. So we go to second in the 157 final.
Styles is the athlete in the white and blue singlet. If you were confused at all with the red band on his ankle. And Burden from Dublin Kaufman, they have that traditional shamrock. Kind of reminds me of the Fighting Irish, man. Bringing back Rudy into the conversation.
Well, now you gotta. Now you're gonna make me bring up the the legendary. Well, he was legendary until he ran into Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl. Old Brady Quinn out of Dublin Kaufman.
Oh, that's right. Was he a Dublin Kaufman kid?
He was a Rock.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, he got rocked in that Fiesta Bowl by guys.
He sure did.
Yes,
I'll tell you what. Not only did AJ Hawk, the 3-time All-American, rock him multiple times, sacks, tackles for loss. Whatever. And when you had AJ Hawk on the field, you knew he was going to be a presence. I mean, an absolute monster. But then, he ended up marrying his sister. So not only did he take the Fiesta Bowl trophy, I believe he was MVP, defensive MVP of that game. I know, I want to say Troy Smith got offensive MVP of that game. Big touchdowns by Teddy Ginn Jr. and Santonio Holmes. But unfortunately, it seemed the entire time during that game, if anybody remembers back in January 2nd, 2006, out there, that was the final Fiesta Bowl that they played in Sun Devil Stadium. The entire time, all they showed on TV was Brady Quinn's sister wearing a half Brady jersey, half AJ jersey.
Oh, I remember that, man.
Man, was that annoying.
That was, yeah.
5-3 lead now for Ethan Styles in the finals match of 157. 45 seconds remain in period number 2. Yeah, that was an interesting afternoon. I'll tell you what, a hot day out there in the desert. It was fun. That was quite a venue, man. Sun Devil Stadium.
Yeah.
Speak to when we talk a little bit about some of the college programs. Well, what's the state of Arizona State's wrestling program? Is it strong out there on the West Coast?
It's one of the stronger on the West Coast.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's up and down. Out west, unfortunately, a lot of the men's programs have been dropped, or if they haven't dropped yet, they're facing extinction soon. So,
and the main reason that is it just finances?
I think, yeah, I think it's not that those schools can't afford it. Obviously, they can. I think it's more of an idea of what kind of numbers or what's the program bringing to us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where and I always preach this even when I did coach in the college level, was marketing your program. You know, because that's your lifeline, that's your lifeblood for your athletes, man. So. Any coaches or anybody out there listening, you want to fill the stands for those dual matches, regardless of the team's record. They want those numbers. It's hard to compete in the sport of wrestling at a dual match when you're up against football, packing out 100,000 crowd stadiums, and basketball. So that's when you kind of get frowned on. So like any business, these colleges kind of operate under that same scope of umbrella, even with the sports program. So hopefully, I think with the women's wrestling on the rise, I think that's actually going to bring a lot of these men's programs back, and hopefully raise a lot more awareness to the sport in general. So.
All right, a little update here on the 157 final. We're heading to the final period. 2 minutes are on. They're ready to rock and roll. 6-3 advantage for Ethan Stiles of Conant. Yeah, I'll tell you this. And it was cool for me because I hadn't spent prior to my collegiate career a whole lot of time in Arizona. I had never been to Arizona. And we actually we qualified and played in 4 Fiesta Bowls while I was there.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
And so it kind of became our home away from home. And, man, it is very easy to fall in love with that area. Scottsdale, Phoenix, the Valley, Tempe.
It's gorgeous, yeah.
It's gorgeous, and the kicker, this guy happens to be sitting right there, so apologize to our viewers.
All right, so
everybody's got a wide body over there.
Yeah, well, everybody's booing because of a scramble these wrestlers got into, and I guess some believe, the Dublin Kaufman, Ethan should have had the 2, and others are saying no. Styles from Comet should have got the 2. But
so you're going to have injury stoppage here right now. It's going to sit at 6-3. We got the 157 final in favor of Ethan Stiles. The funny part about this time of year is, when we start to typically look forward to some snow around the Christmas time, you're walking out of Scottsdale in a tank top, flip-flops, and it's 80 degrees out.
That's nice, man.
It's it's not the humid air that we're used to.
Right.
It's dry.
That should be an easy recruiting trip for an athlete that they're getting recruited out there. Years ago, Arizona University had a really good wrestling program, and one of Stark County's very own, David Riggs, who was legendary coach of the wrestling program at Massillon Perry, was a alumni there, an All-American at University of Arizona on one of their last programs. So shout out to Dave Riggs. And his son Ryan is coaching at Mount Union.
Yes, sir. Okay, hey, things are heating up over here. We got a 7-6 match, so it was 6-3. Ethan Burden of Dublin Kaufman was able to get a 2-pointer. We got 38 seconds remaining here in the third period. And quickly, right after that, Ethan Stiles able to snag another point. So it's 7-6, 38 seconds remain in the third period of the 157 final. The 157 final. Ethan Stiles, Ethan Burden. Conant versus Dublin Kaufman.
I think the officials just checking in with the table workers on the score to make sure that and the time is correct with that 38 seconds. And here we go.
Now, we've got the 165s waiting on the finale of this. I got to apologize, partner. This must have slipped by me here. Who in the hell beat Ferrari? 'Cause he's going for third, fourth place. I swore we saw him win. I'm drawing a blank.
No, Ferrari's going for first.
Oh, okay, he's waiting. I got you. This is holding here. I got you.
He's just he's warming up on this mat.
Boy, I saw him here on the Rudy's mat. I'm thinking, what the hell?
He's the one-man band. He got to stay in it, man.
10 seconds remain. Ethan Stiles. He's going to look for the pin. He's leading 9-6.
Going for it all. Short time left.
He's trying to roll over Burden. I don't think he's going to do it. The time remains. Time goes out. It expires. Your final will be 12-6 in favor of Ethan Stiles. So he's your 157-pound Ironman champ. Now we get a chance to look at Angelo Ferrari out of Melissa, Texas.
And he's up against Lorenzo Norman of Blair Academy.
All right, here we go.
Then going for third place is Holden Garcia of Notre Dame against Daskell Lamer of Crescent Valley. And going for fifth and sixth, we got a St. Paris Grand wrestler, Gunnar Cramblett versus Sam Goen, Crown Point. So shout out to St. Paris Grand.
All right, here we go. 165, locked and loaded, ready to go. Ferrari. This is going to be a good match right here.
Oh, man. Tough weight class. On top of that, Ferrari is lightning out there. And then you got this Lorenzo Norman. He's just electric, too, to watch, man. So great to be able to see these guys go at it.
Lorenzo's going to jump out to a 2-0 lead with 1:32 on the clock in the first period. See him able to shoot in there on that leg and get that takedown.
That was Angelo.
Angelo, yep.
The low part. Gotcha. I know. I was going to say, I think I goofed when I said him earlier. It was me. Yeah. I had him backwards.
Keep thinking about, I think it was Lorenzo Ferrari. I'll tell you what, man, he is built for speed, but there's power there, man. You can tell. There's a big reason why he's ranked number 1 in the country.
100%.
2-0 lead for him as we approach 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Got that claw rod, they call that, TJ. When they come across their neck like that.
Heard you guys talking about that earlier, you and Jim Bostic.
Yeah. Shout out to Jim Bostic, by the way. Great wrestler, great coach, great part of the sport.
Yeah,
great
community. And a great addition to the Stark Media team. I'll tell you what, we couldn't do what we're doing here with this wrestling section without Jim Bostic. Without a bunch of our guys over at the Stark Media team. Happy to have you rolling alongside his 2-partner and guys like Tim Arnold and Jason Atkins, Brad Scarborough, who shout out to him, I believe just celebrated his birthday recently, and is another one of those officials around the area, Northeast Ohio area, that does a ton for this sport. If you haven't had a chance, go and check out his Facebook page. It's Ohio Wrestling News and Events. It got a lot of traction on there. I believe over 15,000 followers, and just a lot of great stuff. Keeps you updated on tournaments from youth all the way up through middle school, and You know, if you're
Yeah.
if you're in the know with the wrestling community, you know about Ohio Wrestling News and Events. So check out his page, give him a like and a share as well, and help spread the word, man. Help spread the word on this sport. Let's continue to promote these great athletes. And Ferrari's looking to try and add a point there, but it's going to stay 2-0. 16 seconds remain in the first period. Quickly here, though, in this third and fourth place match, it's gotten to 11-3 with a minute remaining in the second period, and that will be in favor of Crescent Valley. Yep.
Yes, that's the Crescent Valley over the Notre Dame wrestler. Kind of like how Ohio State owned Brady Quinn.
Yeah, right.
It's Notre Dame.
So you like that over there, Amy Shannon? We got the green heart that came through.
Sorry to hear that, Amy.
Nothing but love from my guy number 10. Tell you what, he's got that guy looking pretty there on the Fox Big Noon Saturday. Looks good. I don't know, between Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush, they don't let him talk enough.
Oh, they don't. No.
You know, and then you got Urban over there. Urban, you know, he's
they definitely
he's the guy.
Yeah, they definitely go ham on his makeup though. Yeah,
they do, man. They put it on thick.
Yeah, it's caked on there.
Yeah, man.
Thought he was like a Maybelline model.
Squirt a little spicy brown mustard on his face. 3-0 lead now for Angelo Ferrari in the 165-pound final. $1.35 remains in the second period. Again, we want to shout out all of our partners that make it possible for us to do what we do at Stark Media. Starts with our friends over at C.H. Vallis and Associates. Check them out at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. They've been a staple in that community for over 75 years. Call them at 494-2776 for all your home, auto, life insurance needs and your financial service needs as well. My family uses them for our home and auto, and just now recently got plugged in with our life insurance, so they'll get you taken care of, get you quoted, you know. And if you've been with somebody, sometimes you got to change those things. If you've been with somebody a long time, make sure you're checking your policies. Make sure, it's easy to be taken advantage of out there. And if you've got the same agent for a long time and not really checking on that stuff, go check out C.H. Vallis and Associates. Let them give you a quote. I'm sure they'll be able to beat what you got going on, and we'll take great care of you. They service companies and individuals, families all over this great nation. And our friend John Lindsay over at Lindsay's Pizza. If you're looking for some chow tonight, man, you're down in the Stark County area, you're going to be cruising through Canton. Stop over at the Hillsdale Shopping Center over off of Whipple Avenue. Call 477-3800 and talk to my guy, John Lindsay. Lindsay's Pizza. You can go to lindsays.pizza.com. Check out their menu. Pizza, chicken, salads, sandwiches, calzones, whatever you need, man. It is phenomenal. Great game day food. Great food anytime, man. And if you're looking for a breakfast pizza, not a whole lot of people have that, man. Check out a breakfast pizza.
Never had that.
It is great. All right, we're heading to the third period here in the 165-pound final. 3-0 lead for Angelo Ferrari. Also, make sure to check out our guys at Simon Says Promotions and Spirit of Stark out there in Massillon. A lot of good things going on over there at the rebranded Checkered Flag Building at 256 Erie Street South. Let's check out Studio Vibes. Get your hair done over there. Check out, if you're downtown Massillon tonight, man, go over to 59 Lincoln Way East, Stark Media Group headquarters. Also, the Tiger Store. You got the Stark Market. You got Downtown Hex Tap Room. They got what's going on tonight. It's called SantaCon. Don't be freaked out. If you're driving through downtown Massillon tonight, you see about 100 to 200 dudes dressed up like Santa Claus, and you're thinking, what the hell is going on? It's SantaCon, so if you go out there, you can get your picture with Santa. You go to these local vendors that are part of SantaCon, and you make a small donation, you'll get access to discounts, sales, some free merchandise. Check it out, man. You can go over to Simon Says Promotions Facebook page. Check out my guy, JP Simon. He orchestrated this thing along with Matt Heck and Downtown Hex Tap Room. Stop out if you're looking for something to do this evening. And
I got our Santa suits waiting for us.
Yeah, man.
Back in the car. Yeah.
Might need. I'm gonna strap one of those pillows to my stomach.
Oh, I don't even need to do that.
Yeah, I gotta look official.
I'm already official. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a great job down there, and again, if you're looking for something, you got a lot going on down there. Bender's Tavern, great food down there.
Real good food. Yeah.
Jackie and her husband Dusty. And then also my guy Tom McNeil. He's been just a phenomenal supporter of Akron St. Vincent St. Mary Athletics. Tom McNeil and McNeil and Sons Tree Service. Call them at 606-1126 for all your tree service needs. Got some stuff getting too close to your home, your vehicle, two most expensive things you'll buy in your lifetime. Don't want any trees falling on them. Get those guys out there. They'll take care of you. They're fast, affordable, reliable. They'll leave your property in better shape than it was before, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. So contact Tom McNeil and McNeil & Sons Tree Service.
And we still got lightning happening here with 10 seconds left.
3-1. 3-1 lead for Angelo Ferrari. He's going to look to close this thing out. 5 seconds remain. Looks like he's going to be able to get it done. 2 seconds, 1 second. There you go. Angelo Ferrari.
All the way from Texas. The one-man band got it done.
Did a little Hulkamania on the backside of it. It was cool. Jim Bostic and Jason Atkins yesterday. Oh, you know what? Oh, how about that? Angelo Ferrari's getting booed as he walks off because he did the flex right in front of the Blair staff. He's going to walk off, and he basically just said, you know what? Screw you. I'm out of here.
That was awesome.
And I'll tell you what, he went right in front of all the Blair wrestlers, all of the Blair coaching staff, and just flexed and growled.
I think they made a movie about that already. It's called the Blair Witch Project, starring Ferrari.
Starring Angelo Ferrari. How about that, man? That was great.
That was great.
Man.
I know there's a lot going on here tonight, but that was awesome.
Well, and you almost got to think, John, that there's some reasoning behind that. I would imagine that maybe some of those Blair guys were saying, okay, you're the number one ranked wrestler in the country at 165, so we think we're the baddest team in this deal.
Right.
We're leading this thing. They're clearly most likely going to walk away with the team championship. But I'm sure they probably said, hey, listen, dude, I don't care if you're number one or not. We're going to come. We're going to beat you. And they didn't. And
trying to get in his head a little bit.
You let them know about it. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
I love that, man. Yeah, that's how you do it. And, well, now here's the thing, too. I don't think Blair's had a win yet in this final. Was that what do you say? That's their third guy that we've seen tonight in the finals? And still no champions brought it home yet from Blair. So hopefully, I don't know if they have any to come here. Let me take a look real quick.
All right, so we got 175 rocking and rolling. And early action here. We're going to have St. Ed's guy out there taking on I believe that's Waynesburg Central again. St. Ed's trailing early here. 42 seconds remain in the first period. They're down 4-2.
So this is St. Ed's finalist Miller against Welsh from Waynesburg Central. So this is Waynesburg Central's second guy we've seen in the finals? So, man, look at the flexibility of Miller from Ed's.
Oh, got him down. He's going to get 2 points. Waynesburg Central is going to go out 6-2 here with 15 seconds remaining in the first.
And we got Ponderosa versus Perrysburg here going for third place. Ponderosa is in the white singlet with the large P for Ponderosa on it. You're confused at all?
And you got his opponent. He's rocking the P on there as well.
Oh, okay. That could be confusing then. 2 P's, yeah.
I believe that is Perrysburg, correct?
It is, yeah. Yep.
Perrysburg Yellow Jackets, I believe.
Looks like the Boilermakers, man, with that gold and black.
No doubt. We got a chance. to see Coach, don't get that wrong there, Tony Ursuline, Purdue head coach, who's in attendance here today.
I've seen him. Yeah.
A lot of coaches in attendance, man.
A lot, yeah.
Wisconsin, Nebraska, Purdue.
Big Ten represent.
Penn State, Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys were standing like right behind us for a while there during the marathon or the semis right here.
Kind of makes sense, you know, if you're looking for a guy to fill a weight class, you know somebody's going to be graduating here after this winter season. It's a good place to come and find someone.
Yeah.
It's probably this is where I'd start my first search.
It's a hotbed for talent, that's for sure. And placing 7th place today. Shout out to these guys. Luke Venadia from Brecksville, local Ohio boy. Had a big win over Dominic Federici from Wyoming Seminary. So big decision there, 9-4. So again, Brecksville keeping Ohio on the map. All right.
Represent Northeast Ohio. 175 final in the middle mat. 6-2 advantage for Waynesburg Central. $1:14 remaining in the second period. We're going to get a point for red for Waynesburg Central. That's going to make it 7-2 for the escape. Under a minute to go in the second period.
Still early. 7-2.
7-2, good
coming
number.
Coming from a wrestling room like St. Ed's, anything can happen. That guy could easily hit a 5-point move here. Be right back up in it to win it. Anything can happen at this tournament. That's what they call it, the Ironman.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we saw plenty of that today already.
Yeah.
You need points with 5 seconds remaining in the third period, or so didn't seem to be a problem for a lot of these wrestlers earlier.
Right.
Yeah, again, I never wrestled, and that was more of your bag, man. What's the thought process of a wrestler when you're trailing at that point? And, I mean, yeah, you're trained. You train yourself not to panic,
right?
But you got to be sitting there constantly thinking, man, I'm down to the final couple seconds. Like, is it desperation? Is it pulling out? Like, is it like equivalent to football? Like, let's throw the Hail Mary.
It's better than football. Here's why: because it's the only. If you think about this, there's no other sport that has the pin option.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of recalculate yourself, like you're saying. But you got to think, okay, am I going to go, depending on how bad you're down, if it's just 5 points, you might, and you got plenty of time left, you might try to tie it up, or you might say, you know what, I'm going all in for the pin. And I guess, again, like I said, one of the biggest.
Oh, wow. Waynesburg Central was already up 9-3 with $1:32 remaining in the third period. That young man just went for a ride off the mat. Not sure.
Intense.
I don't know if that got caught on camera or not, but if it did.
Oh, it did. Yeah, that was on there.
Double-digit viewers out there got a chance to see. That was courtesy of our friends at Cedar Point. Again, shout out to everybody that's been listening in, watching in, tuning in, however you've been doing it on your laptop, your handheld device, tablet, TV at home. Appreciate everybody rocking alongside John Lowery, Jim Bostic, myself, TJ Downing here at the 28th annual Walsh Ironman tournament. Been a great day for these finals. Seeing some of the baddest athletes and fiercest competitors in the country and all of the world in that matter. So you've got to see high end, you've got to see excellence, and you've got to see the elite, that's for sure. Thank you again for tuning in.
A little taste of greatness. Yeah, this is
greatness, man. Got another Stillwater guy warming up, kind of checking in here. He'll be competing at the 190.
That's true. Yeah, he got Lawrence Frazier wrestler for that third place matchup. And we're down to 38 seconds there on the championship match. 11-4 score with our Waynesburg Central Welsh in the lead over Miller from Lakewood.
Tell you what, kind of surprising, partner, that as much as we've seen out of Waynesburg Central, that they're as far down on the team score list.
I know, yeah.
Because they've been impressive.
Well, you know what that is? Wrestlebacks. These yeah. So a lot of these teams that are ahead of them on the team score had guys getting bonus points with like pins, tech balls, things like that, and those wrestlebacks. Yeah. So, one advantage, in a team tournament like this, you can go to town in that team score, man.
Now,
if you get the
speak to that a little bit more. As an individual competing in this, is there a cap pretty much about how many points you can generate? Maybe like 25, 28, 30 at the most. How does that really work?
Right. Yeah. So I think most tournaments stay pretty consistent with like the amounts a point score can achieve for their team depending on where they place that. So like if you're the champion, let's say you can rack up a grand total of 20 points.
Yeah.
But if you get some pins in there, now you get some bonus. Now you might have racked up 28 points for your team instead of just that 20.
Gotcha.
Or vice versa. If you're in the consolation bracket, you lost, but you could get 10 points for your team. But if you get some bonus in there too, you might be able to hit 18, 20 points, and that could matter in a tough team race. Obviously tonight, I don't think anybody's touching Blair, regardless of they have a champ or not. But yeah, they pretty much, I think, locked and sealed that team race. So.
All right, so now we're into 190 underway here. Let you rattle those off there, buddy.
Yep, we got Braden Thompson of Lockport Township going for first place up against Camden McDaniel of Tees Valley. Then over here for third and fourth place on the Rudis mat, we got Rune Lawrence of Frazier. There's A.G. Haig of Stillwater, and they're already getting to it. There's a pin. All right. Wow. That was dynamite.
They're trying to shift over there right at the last moment.
Quick pin, man. That was 30 seconds. 31-second pin. And Stillwater coach not happy about
He's still
that.
not. I'll tell you what, the same guy, he was part of that ordeal earlier. If you go back and look at our live stream, this gentleman right here, I'll tell you what, he hasn't been happy this afternoon. And I think he's looking for some answers again. And now you look over, you see both the officials having a conversation here.
Oh, decision made.
And he's looking over. He wants another answer.
Yeah, and it's really kind and nice of that official to approach him and respond with an answer for him. I think what I just heard or gathered was he thought it was a little too quick for that official to call that pin. That's
right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a tough call. It looked like a pin to me, honestly. I mean, we have a pretty good angle. And from where he's sitting at, it's probably a different kind of angle in his defense. So,
and really, what's standard in wrestling for an official? You want to see those shoulders on the mat for a 2 to 3 second count, and then you call it a pin, or is it just 1 second, shoulders down, bam?
Depends how flat they are, man. Yeah, I mean, if it's
that's really can be subjective, right?
Yeah, it's a real gray area in the sport, but if like that was flat, dude. Like it's the shoulder blades that we're really watching. So if you see both shoulder blades just sunk into the mat, like we just saw with those kids,
it's a wrap.
It's slap that mat, man. Yeah. If they're rocking it though, you see one shoulder blade up and the left one down, and you're not really, you know what I mean. And if you don't got a good angle, if you're the official, you got to adjust you see officials kind of move around. And these kids are lucky, man. They got 2 officials here covering both sides of the mat.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Again, shout out to our Wrestle One tournament group for organizing such a great officiating crew.
And these guys both right here are kind of blocking a little bit of the action. This part of the Stillwater group. They've had their moments with the officials here today. Now I know you and your dad, you had you guys traveled around the country to a lot of different tournaments when you were younger.
Oh yeah.
And there's situations that kind of can pop off quickly when you talk about either a coach, a parent, an official. I mean, we've seen horror stories across the country from youth sports, AAU tournaments, whatever it may be, where you get a crazy parent out there or somebody. I mean, we've seen officials get into fights. It's a thankless job at times.
You're
not getting paid a ton of money to do it, and to deal with that backlash.
Right. Yeah. And hopefully, like Jim was mentioning earlier, we get some more officials out there because there's areas of the state, even like he was mentioning, that they had to cancel their events, unfortunately, for lack of officials. So, if you're trying to, get back involved in the sport, you don't want to coach, and obviously, and not interested in playing anymore as an athlete, hey, start officiating. Talk to your local high school, or head up their AD program and say, hey, how do I get involved? And I think even on the OSHA website, there is a form for that under the pupil permit portion of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're in Ohio and you're listening, that would be one approach.
Let's update you here. Yeah, go check out ohsaa.org for all that information. OSHA, Tim Streed, Bo Rugg, Doug Ute, they do a phenomenal job. Go check their page out, ohsaa.org. Let's get you updated here. We've got a great one going on in the 190-pound, 190 final in the middle mat, 1-1 with $1:30 remaining in the third period. I'm going to have to...
and we got Lockport Township, Tees Valley.
Tees Valley, a lot of people have seen them recently. Their football program has done pretty well. Okay, finally. We got a clear line of sight here. And
all right.
I didn't want to have to go over and start bouncing some people out the club. Come on, guys. You're in my line of sight here. There's all of our good friends on our YouTube channel, our YouTube stream, checking us out at Stark Media Team, #Stark Media. Tuning in. You want to be able to see the action, man. So you didn't come here to look at somebody's back.
That's right. We need to get old Gideon on here, man. DeMarcus Cousins III. He'll clear the way for us.
We'll contract out this guy from DeSales over here. So listen, man, I got $5 in my pocket. Make that dude disappear. Come on, Mustang. Come on, Mustang Sally. 3-1 lead now with 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Moves to 3-2 now. Still advantage. Not Tees Valley. Give me the other gentleman there. Lockport Township. Yeah. Braden Thompson leading 3-2 in the 190 final with 19 seconds remaining. See what Tees Valley is able to do. See if we can get this thing squared up. Trailing by 1. 10 seconds remain.
Here we go.
This is your opportunity right here, right?
Yep. Line check right here, man.
Lockport, the Porters. This is where you talk about a partner.
Grit.
Shoot your shot, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be a final. Braden Thompson, your 190 Ironman champion.
Wayne Gretzky quoted today, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Kind of like not just applicable to what we're seeing here today in wrestling, but that's anything in life. You can apply that one to. Get out there and try your hardest.
Okay, yep, I'll call you right back. I love you.
All right, and now we're approaching the 215-pound weight class, and we have the championship mat going for first place from St. Francis de Sales, Max Shula, and up against Cash Henderson of Woods Crossing.
Had to jump off there and answer my phone. Big Daddy called in. Big Walt
Uh-oh.
had to check in on his boys. He said, "I heard you're hanging out with John Lowery again."
Uh-oh.
Because you didn't bring his crazy dad with you, did you? I said, "No, man." He goes, "Okay, now I don't have to worry."
It's also known as Benjamin Franklin to the world of flow wrestling fans out there. Got the rocking the long haircut and the glasses.
Oh boy, the legendary photographer.
One more shot. That was his. He coined that, man. Trademark. One more shot.
One more shot. I love it. All right, so DeSales going to go for a 215 championship.
Is it just me or DeSales got some big boys that can roll, man?
They do.
Yeah.
Facing off with Woods Cross, Cash Henderson. You mentioned, I like that, man. Cash,
yeah.
This is Max Shulaw from St. Francis DeSales, and they're waiting for the finale of that's 5th, 6th place down there.
Oh, that's that 190.
Your 195th, 6th. They are in extra innings.
Yep.
2-2.
Orlando Cruz of Crown Point versus Justin Griffith, Sanford School.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You mentioned DeSales, and we talked about them earlier. Got a strong contingent up here. We've seen quite a few of them come through. Had a chance to get eyeballs on them during the football season where they would take on the Lake Blue Streaks. And I want to say that was the regional quarterfinal. That was in Uniontown. And the Lake Blue Streaks, they were able to get it done, man. It was a little crazy finish. I believe I was actually calling another game and kind of listening in as one of my partners was calling it, Sam Berkwin. And the gentleman who had the ball for DeSales at the end of the game, I believe, had a clear lane to the end zone, and the ball just slipped out. I believe there was some traffic coming in pursuit, and a guy just made a lucky swipe at the ball, and the ball popped out. I mean, the Lake Blue Streaks, very easily could have lost that. And cold, kind of wet conditions, and DeSales would go down. Lake Blue Streaks, phenomenal season this year on the football field. Got a first piece of the Federal League title since 1998. And again, I think back to, I believe it was the Final Four because I know it was Ironton. I thought Walsh Jesuit, Lake Blue Streaks.
It's a tough bracket, yeah. Ironton was
they were stacked,
forced to reckon with, man. Yeah, I like their squad.
Yeah, so to think 24 years later, that they would get a piece of the Federal League Championship, shared it with the McKinley Bulldogs. Shout out to Antonio Hall and his crew. And
Antonio.
Yeah, man, doing a great job over there. So the Lake Blue Streaks, they would have that big clash with the Massillon Tigers up there at Parma Byers Field, home of St. Iggy. And just
don't say Iggy too loud around you to St. Ed's fans.
Oh
man.
Boy,
that's
they'll come after me.
Yeah, got a lot of heads rolling this way already.
And speaking of the Lake Blue Streaks, we'll shout out another member of the Stark Media team. Don't want to forget our guy Jared Supas, special teams coordinator and coach for the Lake Blue Streaks, part of the Stark Media team and part of putting together this wrestling section here. And as we hit 57 seconds remaining in the first period in the 2:15 final, it's a 2-0 advantage for not DeSales, the young man out of Woods Cross, Cash. Cash got a 2-0 lead, but DeSales, Max, he's riding them.
He's getting some back points, man. That's money. Cash money.
Look, he's trying to flip him. Partner.
Oh, he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Is he going to get it? Trailing 2-0. We'll see. Look how he's got him bent like that. Unbelievable. You see those officials right down on top of him, and he gets out of it.
Oh, man.
Great
What a
job by
fight.
Cash Henderson to sneak out of that thing. Now he's going to lead 5-0. Nope. Check that. They redid that score up there. Okay, so Cash Henderson not leading. It's actually Max Shula leading 5-0. So
okay.
They had that. I think they recorrected that score up there. They had 2-0 in favor of Woods Cross.
Yeah.
So they switched it back here. So you got 5-0 to Sales. Max Shula leading. 14 seconds remaining here in the first period of the 2:15 final here at the Ironman at Walsh Jesuit High School.
Here's
a Cuyahoga Falls, man. I'll tell you what, great day here.
Here's a little interesting quinky dinky. Look at the kid that got 7th place today. Name's Kyle Schneider.
CBCA?
Yeah, from CBCA.
Schneider with an I, not a Y.
Right.
Everybody in the wrestling world, unless you've been living under a rock, knows Schneider with a Y. The legendary Ohio State Buckeye and Olympian.
That's right.
He was, I'll tell you what, I can't remember a more fun Olympian to watch on the wrestling mat than Kyle Schneider. Maybe, and I'm probably going to get this guy's name wrong. He went Greco freestyle. I believe was it Rulon Gardner?
Rulon Gardner, too, yeah.
Yeah, that's going back to, I think, like right around 98, 2002, around there. But
somewhere around there, yeah.
Hey, that was fun one to watch. And, because he just... just looked like he came off a dairy farm and just started hauling dudes around.
Yeah. Very deceiving, yeah.
Right? Now you look at Kyle Schneider, it's like, okay, this dude looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, right. He actually looked the part, yeah.
Still 5-0 lead for Shulaw from DeSales. 2:15 final. $1:27 on the clock in the second period. He'll take the back again. And again, talking about Ohio State. Kyle Schneider from CBCA, coached by
the one and only
Nathan Tomasino. I keep saying Tomasino.
Is it Tomasello?
Thomas. I've been butchering that all day. He came in right after me, and I keep thinking of Tomasino sausage down there in Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I've been saying it all day. My good friend Mark Prestier, I keep thinking Tomasino.
Yeah, Prestier and Gino Carbini. Yeah, shout out to those guys. Yeah.
That was some good sausage, partner.
I know, yeah, right there by, used to be where Skyland Pines is. They're off of Columbus Road. It's now the new Amazon location.
Nate Tomasello.
Yep. And that's funny because I would have typically have done the same thing with that name like that. I just wasn't thinking that place.
All right. As John Paul Lowery mentioned, some back points for Max Shulaw from DeSales. As we head to the third period, he's up 9-0 now. 10 seconds remain here in the second. This is going to look to maybe add some more. He does.
Wow.
10-0 lead for him.
Huh. He wants it, man.
Boy, he's all over him.
He's going over Max. Look at him.
Now we'd have to do a little history lesson here. I wonder what weight class did Luke Fickle wrestle at? All right, Amy Shannon, if you're out there, whoever's out there on YouTube land, YouTubeverse, I'll let you do that for me since pretty much every frequency and signal is jammed up in here other than the one that we are operating this live stream on. But Shulaw looking most likely to bring back the 2:15 Ironman championship. I'm curious at what weight did Fickle wrestle at because
I think it was 89 or 215.
He was a leaner defensive tackle. Now, when he was there at Ohio State, he was starting nose guard. And when I say starting, I mean by the time he left, he had more starts than anybody in Ohio State history.
Wow.
Now, that was recently broke by one Billy Price from Austintown Fitch just a few years back. And I believe he set the mark at like 51 starts. And I believe he broke Luke Fickle's mark of 49 or 50. So, and you think about durability. Now, talk about toughness. We talked about Luke's toughness earlier today. You want to speak about the ultimate toughness? We were talking about Arizona State. Let's tie it all together. One of the all-time epic performances in Rose Bowl history was Luke Fickell starting at defensive tackle / nose guard against Arizona State, and he did it with one arm. He had a separated shoulder, and he had it taped down. He could not use his one arm. He was taking on double teams from the Arizona State offensive line with one arm, and he held his ground.
Still getting it done.
You could only imagine the pain he was going through, but hey, how quickly we think about guys that are leaving early for the NFL and don't want to risk injury. This cat went out there and started the Rose Bowl with one arm, got it done.
That's a good. I like how you shed light on that situation too with guys that are doing that today.
Yeah. Again, I understand money, man. I understand financials.
Right.
You know, and Luke Fickell was not staring down the barrel of $40-50 million.
True.
I believe he was in training camp with like the Bengals or somebody, and he really didn't. He didn't have a stellar NFL career. I think he might have gotten 1, maybe 2 accrued seasons. He clearly did not make his bones as an NFL defensive lineman. He's making it now as an head guy for some of the elite programs. What he's done for Cincinnati. Hey, shout out Max Schulman.
Oh, absolutely.
He's your champ at 215. He's a win with a 10-0 decision. Oh boy, I'm excited for this one. We got our guy Joliet coming up here. So this will be our final one of the day, partner, right?
That's right.
Heavy heavies, here we go. Dylan Johnson.
Reigning from Joliet Catholic Academy. Again, shout out to Rudy Rudiger. And then up against Matthew Moore of Mesa Ridge for that first place championship at 285, a.k.a. heavyweight.
So here you go. We'll finish off that story. Let's put a pretty little bow on this thing for Christmas, all right?
Okay.
Anytime, if anybody out there is listening, any media out there, you ever get a chance to interview Luke Fickell, ask him, say, Luke, before that Rose Bowl, if you knew you were going to be guaranteed a first-round draft selection, would you still have lined up and played with a separated shoulder?
With a separated shoulder, yeah.
Knowing that you could do more damage and potentially ruin an NFL career and the potential of earning first-round money. That's what you got to ask him.
Ask him that. And ask him what weight he wrestled.
Yeah, we're still looking for that one too. But I'm sure wherever he's at in Madison, he's happy for Max Schulman.
Making the Badgers great again.
Yep. Guy from Joliet going to go out to a quick 2-0 lead in the first 10 seconds of this deal.
Oh, my goodness. This kid is lightning, dude.
Yeah.
Earlier in that semifinal match, he had that spin around he did on the kid that he had to work for, but he got it, and it was just clockwork.
If you remember back, partner, the guy that he's wrestling, Matthew Moore from Mesa Ridge, he was trailing 2-1 to his opponent, and he ended up pinning him.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He was a lot of the hype in that semifinal, man, the Thunderdome.
And I want to say, when you talk about sheer size or weight, this guy from Mesa, he's one of the bigger that we've seen. But, well, I'll tell you what.
Can move.
Dylan Johnson from Joliet. He's got some trunks on him, man. I mean, look at his legs. He's thick, and he moves around well. You see him just riding them and digging that helmet down in there to the mat.
I wonder if that
working him, man.
I wonder if he plays football, man.
I have to imagine he does. I have to imagine he's on a radar for a lot of Division I colleges around the country, whether it's that or this. He's leading 4-0 at the Ironman with 55 seconds remaining in the first. So if Matthew Moore wants to get back into this deal, he's going to have to pull off some magic like he did before, because I don't think he's going to win this thing on points unless a miracle happens here, because Dylan has full control over him right now.
Sure does. Yeah, he got that wrist locked out, and honestly, he got the lead, so he don't got to, get too aggressive right there. But there's always another school of thought to that. A lot of coaches are telling the guys, hey, all right,
so
let's get that pin.
Matthew able to get a point here with 29 seconds remaining in the first period. 4-1 lead for Dylan Johnson.
And we got over here some third place action from Christiansburg. That's Parker Farrell up against Carter Neves, Blair Academy. And
this gentleman, I believe, from Blair, he was the one that there was 3 stoppages for him, right, for the injury,
right.
for the nosebleed.
Get the bad nosebleed in some months. Yeah, that's correct.
Must have got that thing cauterized in the locker room.
Hey, at least he doesn't have to wear the mask. You ever see wrestlers have to wear the really funky looking mask?
That'd be brutal.
It's I had to wear it one time, man. It's terrible.
I'll tell you what, I got to be honest with you, man. I've been in broadcasting for over 9 years now. This is the longest marathon I've ever gone on, man. We're approaching 7-8 hours of airtime.
Wow.
4-2 lead now for Dylan Johnson and Joliet. So Matthew Moore chewing into it. So I spoke too soon. Still plugging away.
This is the triathlon.
I'll tell you what, man. I feel like I'm going to have to put a pack of frozen peas on top of my head, man. I think this headset is glued to it. It's indented into there. In the ears. I think we've created a new form of cauliflower ear with these headsets.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Good thing it's not contagious.
Another point for Dylan Johnson. 5-2 lead for him in the final for the heavies. $1:45 remaining here in the second period. After this, they're going to hit the podium. We're going to hit the road. We'll wrap this thing up. And quickly before we do that, we'll say some thank yous and
be on our way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week. We'll have more wrestling for you at Stark Media. We'll have more basketball coming up for you. The beat rolls on. 1 minute remaining here in the second period.
5-2. Anything can happen still.
Matthew Moore on his feet, grappling with Dylan Johnson from Joliet.
They get
plugging away.
Yep. Well, now here's the thing. They staggered start of these, TJ. I don't know if you realize that. So we still got to do 106.
Oh, yes.
113
yes.
and 120. Yeah.
I got you. "30 seconds remain in the second period."
We weren't getting out of here that easy, man.
No. No way.
Got the keys, getting ready to sprint towards the door.
We need a chisel to get this headset off of my helmet.
On the 18th hour.
This thing is stuck. I'm just gonna cut the cord and just wear it.
Is
it's gonna be permanent.
Surgically attached to your head?
It sure is.
That's admirable.
Hey, we do it for the fans. We want to say thank you. Shout out, hello to everybody watching us here on Start Media Team YouTube channel. Heading to period 3 now for the heavies. Dylan Johnson and Matthew Moore, Joliet Catholic versus Mesa. 5-2 lead for Dylan Johnson of Joliet.
Stark County Media taking broadcasting to the next level, folks. Next level broadcasting here.
We have.
Heads up. Oh.
Good save, partner.
Yep. We needed.
How about that? Where's Randy Glover at when you need him?
Yeah. Coach Glover would have covered that.
I'm glad you caught it, man, because I wouldn't have. I was sitting here staring at Dylan Johnson and Matthew Moore down there. And, a couple more big fellas came rumbling in.
Well,
It's almost like when you get to a pile in football, you better break down, man, or somebody's gonna take you out.
Well, I almost started crying like a girl and running away. So I was surprised myself that Stay.
Half the man you used to be.
Yeah. Seeing two 285-pounders coming at me, man.
It's a little heavy for your weight class.
Yeah. I was
Dylan Johnson snags 2 more points in the third period. He's up 7-2.
I was petrified.
46 seconds remain. Matthew Moore is going to get an escape point. 7-3 lead now for Joliet Catholic here in this 285 final.
This crowd is loving it, man.
They're banging away over there. Matthew Moore is going to look to try and do anything he can to
We got some.
get back into this deal.
Yep. TJ's gonna get some better shot of it from his angle. We got some big bodies over here.
10 seconds remain, trailing by 4. Here we go. Where's the Hail Mary? Fire away, Matthew. There you go.
There
Dylan
it
Johnson. Impressive.
Joliet Catholic Academy representing. When people say dreams don't come true, tell them about Rudy.
Great crowd here today.
Great crowd. Yeah, that's a good idea. Get some footage like that.
Yeah. I'm with you, Leighton Munyon. I've been telling those officials they have not been listening very well. So get those guys out the way. Tell them refs to move.
Sounds like something my old man would say.
I didn't pay all that money for this ticket to stare at the back of your head.
Yeah, that'd be him.
All right, so as John mentioned, they staggered some of these starts here, so now you're going to have the 106.
We got Tyler Decker of Blair Academy up against Dom Moretto, St. Charles East. I feel like we had this matchup earlier, Blair versus St. Charles East. That was our first bout of the night at 126. It was Mark Anthony of Blair Academy versus Ben Davino. So like a redemption round here, possibly for Blair to get a chance with old Tyler Deckrecker. So good luck to him. And in front of us, we got local action. Ethan Tamar of St. Edward High School going for third place against Aiden Smith of Notre Dame.
Home of Rudy Rudiger. Now that belongs to Joliet, and I'm sure somewhere Rudiger is smiling for Dylan Johnson, who is your heavyweight Ironman champion here at the 28th annual Walsh Ironman.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to take down the Rudy posters, man. Get up some Dylan Johnson posters at that school. Maybe even like a statue, you know?
He did more.
Ice Arena.
He did more this afternoon for Joliet than he did in his one play for Notre Dame.
That's right.
2-0 lead. Check that. We'll call it 2-1 now in the 106 final. $1:13 remaining here in the first period. 2-1 advantage for Blair.
And this next segment here is brought to you by the Rudy Rudiger School of Success.
Didn't they have to put that statue up over at Holy Cross across the river?
That's right.
He spent more time over there per the movie.
Yeah. He was the champ in the classroom over at Holy Cross, man, in the movie.
The glory days of Notre Dame football. See if Marcus Freeman, a former teammate, can bring it back.
Was Freeman your teammate?
Yeah,
Dude.
Out of Huber Heights, Wayne.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
So we are 3 years apart. He came in 2004.
That is super cool, man.
Give me the weight on Bo Bassett.
What we're looking for, Bo Bassett is 113. That is up next in the championship against Barrick Jordan of Stillwater.
Here you go, Leighton.
So that's your.
Bo is up next.
Yeah, Bo is from Bishop McCourt.
Yep, and that's going to be a battle.
Oh yeah.
Been very impressed with a lot of the Stillwater guys.
Yep.
Been impressed with the McCourt guys. I guess coming into this deal, there's two schools that you can pick out that you really wouldn't say although this tournament or this neck of the woods, Northeast Ohio, there weren't household names. Everybody knows about Blair and Walsh Jesuit. Everybody knows about St. Ed's and St. Paris Graham. And
Stillwater.
Some of these guys from McCourt and Stillwater,
man.
They've impressed me today.
Same here. Making a name for the program and for themselves is awesome. Yep. So so Bo is next, and he's gonna be on that maroon mat.
Let me ask you: do they do as we talked about, my guy from Glen Oak, Brandon Batson? He was the Solon Comet Classic most valuable wrestler. Do they do anything like that here as far as
They do. So they have a Bill Barger Outstanding Wrestler Award.
Okay.
And then there's the Mendoza General or Major Mendoza Award.
Yep.
That was
Ray Mendoza served our country proudly.
Yes. Yeah. Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah. But in honor of him and his awesome contribution,
we got a chance,
sacrifice. Yeah.
We got a chance to talk a little bit about that yesterday. For those that didn't get a chance to hear. As John and I were talking about a little bit of Ohio State football earlier and Big Ten championship stuff up there in Ann Arbor. Well, 2005, when we went up there and got that victory to get a piece of the Big Ten title, Coach Tressel actually brought Ray Mendoza's family onto the field afterwards, and we gifted them the game ball. It was a pretty cool little ceremony. Mike DeSabato, national champion wrestler down there, state champion wrestler out of the Columbus area, and
cool.
National champ from Ohio State. He kind of orchestrated it and put it together. Shout out to Mike DeSabato and all he's done for him and his family have done for wrestling and the MMA community. They've provided for a lot of young men. Here we go.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that
buddy.
Get those blades down.
St. Charles East. They ain't
now,
playing.
As it sits, St. Charles leading 4-2 with 8 seconds remaining in the second period of your 106 final.
He got that arm winged up. He's ready to rock and roll, and that's the end of that period. So
wing a ding ding, but I'll tell you what, you go into the last 20 seconds of that second period, and it was a 2-2
that's right
affair.
Yeah.
And 5 points switched hands to St. Charles East. It's now 7-2 as we head to the final 2 minutes in this third period. Here we go.
Yeah, St. Charles East, they're closers, man. They're closing these deals.
Finish.
Yeah, finish strong.
Finish, young man.
Yeah. Got the boots in on top and working a pin combo, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's been impressive here in this match.
And it's not like he's up against, a slouch. This is a top-ranked athlete from Blair Academy. So, unbelievable.
I don't think you could probably say over the last 48 hours there's been any slouches that have came through this building, huh?
Well, I walked in, so. No, there hasn't been. No, it's been a slouchless environment here, that's for sure.
And that's the crazy thing, man, because we've got a lot of great wrestlers around this area, and
there is,
they could easily come here and they would lose their first 2 matches quickly.
Well, somebody asked earlier about hey, can we get some more updates on more of the local guys and how they're doing in these later rounds? And I'm like, there's really not that whole lot of them. Yeah, we're not withholding any information.
We knew that there were. There were 6 Perry guys that were coming in today for an opportunity. I believe 9 total started the competition yesterday. Just goes to show you how elite this thing is. And we know how elite Perry wrestling is down there.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Coach Riggs,
Coach McBurney,
bringing it was just a few years back, not only the team state championship, but a national championship, I believe, right? It was it was a team state championship. Maybe they named him like National Coach of the Year
he received like an award. They didn't.
I think he.
Or he got like a national coaching award association down at the state tournament. You mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Coach
think,
Dave did.
without a doubt, how deserving that is. Because
Heck yeah.
Two things.
Oh yeah. And our champion, hailing from St. Charles East,
Look at that.
Dom Minoretto.
Excited.
Heck yeah, people remember this
gonna win
team, man.
8-4. I think two things down there in that Perry community that a lot of people will say went awry and changed quickly that probably should have never been touched, and that was Keith Wakefield no longer coaching there in that first stint, and Coach Dave Riggs not coaching there in his first stint or after his first stint. They both left for a little bit of time, and they both came back, and look what happens. Success,
yeah. Greater later, man.
Greater later.
Yeah, that's a quote from the great Nate Carr Sr. He had that written on the inside brim of his baseball cap.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I knocked his cap off his head and ran with it from him at the Super 32. And then after he chased me down and beat the daylight out of me, I noticed it said on the inside of the brim, greater later. And I was like, hey, that could be me right now.
Whoop that ass, son. We'll teach you a lesson today.
That's right. Yeah, I always refer to him as the general, man. He had the most accolades in the building.
All right, here we go. 113. Bo Bassett. Rock and roll time.
Bishop McCourt.
Bear Jordan.
Stillwater. Stillwater's still in it to win it, man. A lot of wrestlers from that program today from Stillwater performing well.
Want to give a shout out, say what's up to everybody listening, watching in live right now on our Stark Media YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys. Give us a subscribe, like, share, follow. Check us out on different social media platforms at Stark Media Team. But thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. John Lowery, TJ Downing, Jim Bostic here at the 28th Annual Ironman here at Walsh Jesuit High School. Appreciate you guys.
Big shout out to Wrestle One tournaments as well.
No doubt. K-Live family holding us down, man. Couldn't have done it without them. All right, man. Scoreless here. 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Your 113 final.
He's in on that double, but he got to finish. He needs some of that fire from St. Charles East, man.
Yeah, right. Boy, I thought he was going to go over and do a flex on those Blair coaches and players like Angelo Ferrari did.
He should have. Him and Ferrari, they should did on the podium. That was great. That whole section was booming. That was great.
Trying to think who pointed. Was that the old Harry Lester move?
I believe so, yeah.
He used to do that, man.
Yeah, flex.
He won, he's 4-time state champ.
3-time Ironman champ. Woo. That's right. Shout out to Harry.
All right. Scoreless after one. Knew this was going to be a battle. No, Leighton Munyon. He's over there pulling for Bo Bassett.
Heck yeah.
Appreciate all you guys have been commenting today. Jason Atkins, our guy over at Stark Media. Amy Shannon, Leighton Munyon, our guy Mike Barrows.
Mike Barrows was on it earlier.
He was, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. 1:46 on the clock here, second period. 1-0 lead now for Bo Bassett.
Got that elbow. Oh. And then over here going for third, we got Nate Desmond of Bethlehem Catholic versus Louis Gill of Reynolds. And they're in a scramble of a lifetime. We got folks yelling two. I don't know if they're yelling two for these guys or for both possibly. They're both in situations. There you go. So he got his two. Now we're waiting on
Bo's looking to roll him.
That's brave. That's a Braveheart move right there.
Still looking for it, fighting it. See Barrett just trying to keep on his side, keep both from rolling them.
Yep.
3-0 lead now for Bo Bassett.
Bo knows.
30 seconds remaining in the second period, 113 final.
Bo knows wrestling.
He does. Kid's a stud. $15 seconds remain in the second period. There you go. Head of the third. Bo Bassett up 3-0.
Loving it, man. Energy out here in this gym is insane. The fans, the wrestlers, coaches. Like we had talked about earlier about, that feeling you get in the wrestling room where it just gets super intense and you feed off that energy from your teammates. I'm feeling that in here right now, man. I mean, we only got a few more matches left, and this place is still cooking.
That Stillwater coaching staff, they're looking for it right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a fun plane ride home. Man.
That's a pissed off group right there.
A lot of anger over there.
You see the anger in his eyes.
Yeah.
The animosity.
You can feel it, yeah.
Oh, Barrett looking to roll him over his back. Not going to get it. Bassett still leading 3-0. Buck 26 remaining in the third period.
Oh, he got the turn.
Ooh.
Oh, buddy. Almost with the pin. That would have been electric.
5-0 lead now for Bo Bassett. Is the roof going to blow off this place when Bo wins?
If Bo pins this dude, it will. Because we haven't had – it's been a while since we've had a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall, when you look at what we've covered today from this tournament, we haven't seen many.
Right, yeah. Well, this level of competition,
you haven't seen many pins. You haven't seen many tech balls.
No.
You're saying, man, you're gonna see a lot of these guys going the distance.
Yeah.
I think we've seen more overtime periods than we've seen pins. 6-0 lead for Bo Bassett. 30 seconds remain in the third period.
Pretty much sealed the deal with that turn there. And he has complete control, it's safe to say, on top. And he's going for another turn. He's even racking up some more back points, man. Look at this guy. Loving it. You got to get sponsored by McDonald's, man. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
McCourt going for it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. There you go. Your 113 Ironman champ, Bo Bassett. Small flex. That wasn't a Ferrari flex. That was a Ford Pinto flex. But no doubt about it. Super talented.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Little point,
Yeah.
little wink, little smile.
Firm handshake. All right.
Love that, though, right there. The sportsmanship, going over and shaking the hands of the Stillwater staff. Going over there, getting congratulations from his guys in his corner.
Yeah. Stillwater coaches contesting the match result.
Checking his hands to see if there was a little Lester Hayes stick him on there. Gave a point to the crowd. Let's have maybe his girlfriend's in attendance.
No fan favorites here.
If that was Angelo Ferrari, he would have been pointing at the Blair opponent's girlfriend, giving her a wink and a nod.
I think he did.
That was the ultimate flex, man.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
That was awesome. I mean, that might be the moment of the tournament to me, man. Other than the young man,
I think that's our Bill Barger Outstanding Wrestler Award.
I think it has to be.
It has to be.
I'm sure Bo Bassett's got to be in contention for that as well.
Yeah. What people listening and been tuned in and watching these finals and earlier matches of the tournament, let us know in the chat who you think the outstanding wrestler should be.
Final score on that deal, Layton, was 6-0, Bo Bassett. So
We're at 120 right now. So
still scoreless, $1:24 on the clock here in the first period. Yeah, to me, a couple special moments. Drawing a blank on the young man earlier that when he got injured, that was really probably the most electric we've seen this gym.
Oh, yeah.
He got injured, comes back, gets the victory in overtime periods. I'm drawing a blank on his name, man, but that was a pretty cool moment. We got that up on our Twitter feed. Check that out at Stark Media Team. Kind of blew the roof off this place.
And right now, I got Luke Lindahl from Wyoming Seminary going for first there against Jax Forrest of Bishop McCourt. So another McCourt guy.
Yep. We had a couple people shouting out Jax Forrest earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I believe that might have been our guy Mike. But still scoreless here. 30
he
seconds
did,
remaining.
yeah. You're right. Mike did shout out Jax Forrest. Well, good luck to him.
$1:20 final.
And then going
30
for
seconds remaining in first.
We got Leo DeLuca, Blair Academy versus Marcus Blaze of Perrysburg. And we Blaze is up 1-0. Second period, 1 minute and 12 seconds. So shout out to Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Blaze Pizza, LeBron James.
Yeah, there you go. Tie it in, man. Okay. 10 seconds remain here in the first period, still scoreless. The 1:20 final. Battling it out.
Wow. They really are, man. You know what's pretty awesome about all these matches? Uh-oh. Bopper, the table worker, took a spill, man.
You know what, though? Popped up and you know what?
Yeah.
You'll have those, man. You know what? You get some oohs and some ahs. You know, you get laughed at, you get clowned for a minute, but you know what?
He got right. Yeah, he was right back up and at it.
On.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Don't lay down there and cry.
That's brave, man. There's two people in this building I want to have at my sides when I walk out this building late at night, and that's Randy Glover and the mat bopper that just got right back up on his feet and recovered from falling flat on his face.
Luke Lindahl, he's going to take a 1-0 lead with $1:30 remaining in the second. Taking on Jax Forrest from the court. The 1:20 final.
They want the score. It is 1-0.
I think Layton might have been looking for the final on that Bo Bassett.
Oh, that's old. Okay.
Maybe.
My bad.
I've been wrong before, but
no, that makes more sense. Yeah, because he was all about Bo earlier.
Yep. A lot of people here in attendance have come out here and supported Bo Bassett.
There is, yeah.
How about this
McCourt
entire
has
McCourt team? Man?
Yeah, they got a cool cheering group over there.
1 minute left in the second. 1-0 lead.
Shout out to McCourt, UPJ, Pitt Johnstown. It's probably like a feeder program right to Pitt Johnstown's wrestling program. It's right there. So
30 seconds remain in the second period. Still 1-0, Luke Lindahl.
I'm just going through these real quick because I think that's Wyoming Seminary. That's the only championship match wrestler I believe they had in the tournament. Let me double check that.
And coming in on the team standings, they were fighting for second place with Stillwater. You had Blair Academy on top with 186.5.
Right.
At second place, you had Stillwater at 129.5, and just 4 points behind. In third place was Wyoming Seminary.
So those guys were getting it done in the consolation, obviously.
So you can kind of see here on the camera, these guys have filled in
there was a year at the NCAA tournament, and if you're listening in and you know what year that was, when University of Minnesota upset Iowa, and they already had the tournament team championship locked in before the finals started, from all their guys placing high in consolation and getting bonus points.
Oh, wow.
And so you could see them in the crowd. They kept showing them. They're like all like partying and stuff already. it was pretty awesome, yeah.
Popping bottles.
They were, yes. They had a 30-pack of something.
All right. Fresh into this third period. Still 1-0 lead for Luke Lindahl.
Oh. Marcus Blaze blazing it up on the mat with the takedowns.
All right, now see the young man from the court, Jax Forrest. He just gets a point. This thing's knotted up 1-1. So looks like we could have a nice little showdown here as we get close to the 120 mark in the third period. Your 120 final. Luke Lindahl, Jax Forrest. Here we go. This is where it gets exciting.
Where the rubber hits the road, man. Gut check moment. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Capacity crowd, standing room only. Walsh Jesuit Ironman. Doesn't get any more intense than this.
This crowd's about to start heating up. Thunderdome. I can feel it. Feel it kind of boiling over there, partner.
I'm feeling it, yeah.
Under a minute to go here in the third period of the 120 final. 1-1 match between Luke Lindahl and Jax Forrest. Here we go. Let's light the fire on this thing, man. Who's it going to be? 40 seconds remaining. Man, I need this crowd to get going here. Let's go. Come on.
I'm gonna go with McCourt here. OT finish. I'm feeling it.
1-1, 30 seconds remaining.
Shout out to McCourt.
Everybody's kind of piling around.
Oh, man, yeah. It's like, this is it.
20 seconds remain.
Sit down if you're going to be on the mat. You got to be able to see here, too.
Here we go. 10 seconds. 1-1. You might be right, partner. Get some extra wrestling here.
Fans getting what they're paid for, that's for sure.
Here we go.
Let's get it.
We're going bonus. Bonus coverage here on the Start Media Team YouTube channel. 1-1 between Jax Forrest of McCourt and Luke Lindahl. See what we got.
Like Rocky Balboa, man. McCourt kids never give up. Keep coming right back at him.
I think you might have a potential stoppage here, I think. Jax Forrest.
Some blood time, maybe?
Yep.
Okay.
It's like a cut on the inside of the mouth.
Oh, those are the worst. Sting.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, when you played college ball, did you ever get those from your mouth gear, where they like cut the inside of your, like the top of your roof of your mouth? Or?
No, you know, the worst part for us was typically when that helmet would come down and pinch you on the side.
Ooh.
Or it'd come down, it might hit you in the nose and kind of gash open your nose.
Yeah.
But at that point, you just know you were hitting people hard.
I gotcha. I recognize this guy.
Oh!
Wow. Well,
Luke Lindahl
made me a liar, man. Yeah. Wyoming Seminary with the champ.
He's going to walk away with the 120-pound Ironman
Is he going to flex?
championship.
Is he going to be flexing? All right. I recognize this guy, Christopher Kayla. That's a champ. Blessed with greatness here.
The champ is here.
Champ camp. Rocking the Rudis merch. Nice jacket.
All right, partner.
That's it. That's a wrap. Man. All right.
The marathon.
Yeah.
The marathon is complete.
We survived.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up here. We're going to hit the road. We want to give a couple special shout outs. First off, starts with the K-Live family and Wrestle One tournaments. Appreciate you guys having us. My guy Jim Bostic kind of putting that whole thing together. Want to thank the tournament director, Pete Zachary. All of our partners here at Stark Media Team. Appreciate you guys. Neil and Sons Tree Service, Lindsay's Pizza, CH Vallis and Associates. All of our guys at Stark Media Team that have been a part of this weekend here at the 28th Annual Ironman at Walsh Jesuit High School. My guy John Paul Lowery, man, joining me on the microphone today. Internationally known on the microphone. Appreciate you, partner.
You're welcome,
Good times
brother.
today, and
Heck yeah.
appreciate everybody that tuned in, listened, watched, streamed us live. Thank you again, and we'll be back with more wrestling come next week. So stay tuned. Till then, have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.
Taking broadcasting to the next level. Stark County Media.